Hello everyone, and welcome to another Top 5 Records video, and another one in the series of 1001 albums you must hear before you die, in which I'm asking the question, does this album indeed belong in the book of the best albums you should hear before you die? And here I've got a new episode with Abba Arrival, a 1976 album by the band Abba. And before they made this album, they were already famous, but this album, Arrival, made them international superstars. Is this an album that should be in the book? Well, first of all, I found the world is a different place when you find the right pressing. I found a first Dutch pressing in near mint shape, and I read online that some people have done quite interesting comparisons, and they spoke that the Swedish and the Dutch pressings are the best pressings. Noted that the Swedish one can sound incredible, but they are not all likewise of good quality because of the quantity that was produced. So your best shot at listening to a good pressing of Abba is finding a Dutch first pressing, or just you gotta be lucky and have a good Swedish one. Now I have a first Dutch pressing near mint, and it is a stunning sound. I mean, the sound of Abba is beautiful. It is pretty sweet to the ears. Perhaps too sweet for some people. And when you hear it on the radio, it is instant pop classic. But when you hear it on vinyl, I mean, it goes beyond that. It is really something to be experienced. It remains very sweet, but it is detailed. It is beautiful, and the production quality on this record is really amazing. Now, let me take a look at the album itself and asking the question: does it belong? Does it belong in a book? Now, this album kicks off with a song "When I Kissed the Teacher." When I Kissed the Teacher. That is actually a nice opener. It is a nice pop rocker. There's an element of rock in there, and it's being sung with very much determination, which is interesting seeing the lyrics. And I think it makes for an interesting opener in this album. It's a good song. It's a good song. Not brilliant, mesmerizing. It's a good song. Song 2 is brilliant. Song 2 is brilliant. Dancing Queen is the second song on this album, and I think Dancing Queen is amongst the best songs recorded in the 70s and perhaps overall. The amount of melodies, there are so many beautiful melodies going on, and the lyric is pretty good. There have been some critics back in the days, some reviewers who said that this album was about nothing. Now, Abba is not a band of philosophy, nor is it a band of nothing. These all are stories, and the story of Dancing Queen, yeah, well, I'm not the one to use the word empowering, but you know what? I'm just gonna say it. This is a kind of an empowering song. It is, it has balls, you know. It embraces itself. This is good songwriting. This is good lyric writing. And then we get to My Love, My Life, which didn't do much for me. Dum Dum Diddle. I mean, this brings us to the core of this album. Dum Dum Diddle is bullshit. I mean, it's not a funny song. It's childish at best. And as a matter of fact, both Benny Andersson and Björn Ulvaeus, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, later on said the song was about nonsense. And not only the lyrics are about nonsense, you can hear that this was not a good attempt at a song. And that, taking a look at what I've just discussed, is what is for me at the core of this album. It has good songs, it has brilliant songs, and it has not so good songs. So it is not a very consistent album, Abba Arrival. So that's why when I put this on, and I put this on with friends regularly, but I put on Dancing Queen. I put on the hits, some hits and some others, because there are some nice deep cuts, and I'm gonna dive into the deep cuts right away. But not until I have finished talking about side one, and side one ends up with "Knowing Me, Knowing You," which is a gorgeous hit. I mean, great melody, brilliantly structured. I mean, when Abba is good, they are really, really, really good. Side two opens with "Money, Money, Money." I mean, that's right up there with Dancing Queen. Also, lyrically and melodically, it's a brilliant combination. I think "Money, Money, Money" has something to say. Then you get "That's Me." And then you have "Why Did It Have to Be Me?" which is somewhat of an uninspired boogie woogie song. I mean, what's that doing on this record? It's unnecessary. And then you get to Tiger. And Tiger is a nice song. It's a nice rock song, a nice strong rock song. It's very good. And then ending this record up with the song "Arrival," which is like a spring hymn. I love it. It's a really, really good song. I mean, there's so much going on this album. It's not just one style, although the sound is constantly Abba, but it's not just one style they are conquering. But they are just not as good in all of the styles. Nevertheless, is it a good album? Does it belong in the book? Oh yeah, it is. I mean, Abba is way up there amongst the best bands ever, and they are incredible. And this is one of their most impressive albums. But is it consistent? No. Should it be in the book? Oh yeah. Well, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.